Welcome back, my fellow aficionados. I hope everyone had a great holiday and a new year. First and foremost, before we even get started, I wanted to thank everyone that has supported me last year and the previous years. But we're up to 600 subs, so 100 more. And as promised, we'll do another good giveaway. But I can't thank you enough. I wish I could have a cigar with each and every single one of you. That would be awesome. Hey, never know, right? So before we get into, we're gonna do an unboxing. We're gonna do the Edmundo Dantes, the Mexico release, and wow, what I had to do to find that box. And a shout out to JP for hooking me up, my friend. Thank you very much. But we'll get into that in a bit. So I wanted to welcome some of the new viewers, and if I butcher the name again, I apologize. AK Semister, Playboy Domo. You guys kill me. 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. I like that. I like that. DW Page Beats. That's another cool one. Christopher St. Peter. Reginald Mentor. Muhammad Fadzil Amran. I hope if I got that wrong, sir, I apologize. Door and Totley, Nismar03, GWUR44. I don't know how I'd get that, but and CD Guru. Welcome, folks, and that's just to let you know that I do see you here. So as I discussed previously on my live feed, when we do the giveaway, so you have plenty of time notice. When we do the giveaway, if I cannot see you on my list, you'll be disqualified. So please check your privacy settings. I respect to those of you that don't want to do that. I fully understand. I get it. But in order to make my life easier and to be fair, I have to be able to see it. So we'll do it that way. And also, oh sorry, I missed Matt Stark Real Estate. Welcome, sir, and funny that you joined, because the next video I'm going to be shooting a video of a client of mine that purchased a home the other day, actually, and we're going to do a before and after. So I'm going to be shooting in that, and he enjoys cigars as well. So if we get lucky to have a smoke in that house before he demos it, and ask him a few questions, and something different, something to try. Please post in the comments if you think change of pace, if you get anything out of it, or we'll just stick with the same thing. Same routine. But anyhow, welcome. We're going to get into some questions, not too crazy, and then after that I will pull out the Edmundo Dantes and give you guys a sneak peek at that. So let's go through. We'll go through some questions, and then we'll do some unbox the Edmundo Dantes. We'll start with the oldest ones, and we'll work back. So Charles Pinson, he likes the little watermark or teardrop, however you want to call it, with the Canadian Cigar Guy. It was just something I was trying. You know what? I like it too. So I think that'll be the new format this year. We'll keep that. Also, a dead banker is a dead wanker. Now he was asking with the Diplomaticos, the last one I did, if I tried the Nortinos, which is the Canadian release. No, I did not. I purchased, I think I have 3 of them in here. Yeah, I think two or three. No, I think I have 3 because I think I bought a single at a different brick and mortar. So I do have them, but I haven't smoked them. So when I do, I definitely want to let them rest before I compare, because the Cuba ones have age. So let's let them rest, and we'll come back to that and compare. Then I was chatting with a Holdswath, and it looks like he lives in my area, because we both travel to Toronto, and so we were just talking about that, and possibly maybe once the weather gets warmer, because now it's really starting to get cold, to meet up and have a stick. And you know what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe we can do that. Maybe when the weather gets nicer, whoever's in the local area, we can do a get together. There's a couple places I know that we can enjoy a stick outside. So yeah, I look forward to that. That'll be kind of neat. Also, he is going to he's going back to Cuba. So, and we were discussing what are the best places, and obviously, for those of you going, I mean, you have to check out the factories. The Partagas factory is pretty something. Just the amount of wood and just gorgeous. Even the what they say is the private room. If you're buying something, just walk in there. That's what I did, and you can enjoy a stick. But even La Corona factory, but he did mention the La Casa del Habano in the Las Americas being one of the best, and with the exception, I would say in Havana, at the hotel. Oh wow, it's slipping my tongue right now. Nacional. I mean, that was by far the best I've seen. But Las Americas, man, when I went last year, they had a good supply. So you don't have to, if you're not comfortable traveling around or don't have the time, I would definitely say check it out. They now I know it's hit and miss sometimes, but they do have a good supply. I was very, very impressed. So but yeah, what else? And then again, Charles Pinson with the when I opened up the box of oh, what was that now? The Upman, the H. Upman, and when I don't know, maybe it's just me and my quirks, but when you get a new box and you go to open it and you get that crack, like there's nothing like the smallest things, right? That's what drives me. But just that crack, it's something. It's almost like, you know, when you get a new book and you just open it and you get that crack. It doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's like I don't know. It's just it's something. But I guess you got to be a nut to enjoy that. People are probably going, this guy's crazy. But anyhow, who else here? Sebastian, Urena. Loving the videos. Thank you very much, sir. Honestly, comments like that, I mean, it's great. It does, and I know it's a cliche, but it does keep me going. I love seeing it, and I'm glad you're actually getting something out of it. But he's also saying, you know, he loves the tasting notes of a good Cuban Habano. Now, with that being said, he was just wondering, are there other boutique brands from other countries that you enjoy that are not Cuban? And yes. Now I want to be careful how I say this, because I don't want to offend people, and by no means am I. It's just my personal tasting notes. For me, on my list, number one would be anything, and maybe I'm being biased, but anything from Pete Johnson is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. My father, great sticks. Now, when you start getting, you know, Garcia is the biggest producer of tobacco in Nicaragua, but for some reason, some of the blends, for me, they're too much. You know, it's amazing. Like, I can smoke on my father or a Pete Johnson, and they're great sticks, and you're using the same, you know, the same leaf, close, like not exact, you know, but you know, you're coming from the same fields, but yet, like, there's other brands, and I don't want to say the names because then I think I'll open up a can of worms, but they are so intense and so spicy that for me it completely blasts my palate, my taste buds to the point where you know, by the time I get to the second, third, it's, I don't want to say flat, but for me, I'm not picking up. Like, I like the little nuances and the more, you know, the woods and the cinnamon, the salt, the twang. You know, I'm not too crazy about the big pepper bomb. And you know, I do enjoy it once in a while, and you know, part of this, the Padrones, believe me, those things will get your attention real quick. You know, once in a while is a change of pace, but I can't have that as an everyday smoke or a once a week smoke. It's just, for me, it's just not in my palate profile. Let's just put it that way. But to get back to your questions, to your question, yes, there are some, and I do have them Oh, can I do it? Yeah, on the bottom, I do have a couple boxes of the tatuajes. My father, I do have a couple. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your questions. But yes, I'm not going to say, you know, it's Cuban Habano and that's it. No, there are some others, and I do have a couple boxes of Padrones, obviously. But yeah, okay, moving on. Sorry, I didn't realize there were more questions than I thought. Sorry, folks. May I request a review of the Diplomaticos? I have no knowledge of this cigar. Thank you in advance. That's from Charles Pinson. Yes, sir, I will. And what I would like to do, like I said, is I definitely want to age them, especially the Canada release, because that was just last year. So, but yeah, we'll do that for sure. Also, he was talking about the Padrones. He loves the Maduros. Yeah, you know, I can see that because you do get a lot of the sugar, sweet. The only thing with the Maduro is, yeah, you know what, I never get a clean burn. You know, it's always kind of wonky, which makes sense. The leaf's thicker, and you know, not a big deal. People get so worked up. Oh my God, it's just, you know, it's not made properly. Relax. It's a Maduro. I mean, enjoy the ride. But yeah, I agree. And the 1926, man, the natural knocked me on my ass. I'd really be interested to see who has that 1926 in Maduro, because, whew, man, that is, I mean, my fault. I did it on an empty stomach, and I was seeing stars, so did not enjoy that. So, a mental note for those of you: make sure you have a good meal before you have a 1926 Padron. Another question he brought up. He ordered, Charles ordered online in December, but we're in a mess with a postal strike, and it was a rolling strike, so it took forever for him to get his sticks. It's unfortunate, but yeah, that sucks. But I'm glad you got your sticks. Definitely let them rest. That's a long journey. So yeah. Now Playboy Domo. You know, he's going back to the video I made with the Volta, the Zycar, and the Cutter. And if you haven't seen the video, check it out, because I mean, it looks nice, but I just find it tears my cap when I go to cut the cigar every time. Now, he's saying when you do it, kind of push down and you'll get a cleaner cut. You know, I'll try that, and I'm sure it is, but you know what? The Zycar I use, and again, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just giving you what I use. It's the cleanest cut that I've used. So now, granted, I haven't used a whole bunch of other, like the Paleo and stuff like that. I would like to do a review on that to see if I get my hands on one, but yeah, that's what I use. And speaking about cutters, the next one, what cut on the cigar do you prefer? Wow. You know what? We're gonna have to split this video up, because this one could take a long time. I would say for for majority of my sticks, I prefer a straight cut. I know the big craze right now is the V cut. I do enjoy a punch cut, a punch once in a while. I do not enjoy the V cut, and for me, reason being is, again, I find with the V cut, for myself, this is just my opinion on what I experience. When I draw, I find the smoke to be a little bit too concentrated on one spot, which I don't like. Like, I like to get the full even. But what's more annoying than that is, for myself, every time I have the cigar, it's just my instinct reaction to put my tongue and play with the V cut. And I found that by the time I got to the final third, end of the second third, it got really sloppy, because I would constantly just, it was just an instinct for my tongue to hit, and it just got all messy and soggy. And so that's why I prefer the straight cut. But to each his own. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's just everybody has their own preference. So, and then finally, Jay, privacy. He was just wondering if now I don't know where you live, but I'm assuming in the States, but I'm not too sure. But we'll talk offline privately. But he's just looking for a couple of sticks. Now, again, like, I'm not a seller, I'm not a retailer, I'm not. But you know what? To sell a couple sticks or trade, yeah, you know what? Email me. I think, you know, I'm sure there's stuff that are sold where he is, or anyone else around the world, that, you know, I can't get here. So that would be kind of cool. But yeah. So maybe what I'll do, I'll leave this video as is, just the Q&A. Sorry for rambling on. I talk a lot, I know. And what I'll do, probably post another video, and we'll get into the unboxing of the Edmundo Dantes.